Good day and greetings from the Great White North. My name is Prickly Poo and welcome back to A Year of Change. We are day 152. I thought about going back to the old intro, just to say the number first, but it's all over the place, so I don't know. We're going to stay with this for a while. Today I was actually going to do this last week, but I got distracted with the Coca-Cola fizzy drinks don't cause any problems study, so this sort of got pushed aside. This is something that happened almost 2 weeks ago now. There is a chain of stores around Canada called Herbal Magic, or Herbal Magic, or however you want to pronounce it. And basically, it's exactly as it sounds. They sort of peddle magical cures for shit. Essentially, it's a weight loss, I should say it was a weight loss company. Basically what they do, you go in, they do this assessment, and then they go, oh, you're fat. You need to do this. And usually what they'll do, they'll get people to prepay for stuff, and then they say, well, you need to take these supplements, and these will help you lose weight. But in order for them to work, you have to also eat this way, and do this, and they come up with meal plans and everything else. And it runs into the thousands and thousands of dollars for people. And usually when they're prepaying, all your money goes up front, then they don't give a shit what happens to you after that. So you go in each week and you do your weigh-in and everything else. And there's so many people that are going, oh, it's great. It actually works. And yes, people do lose weight. But the problem is that for some reason, and I don't know why people haven't seen this, they aren't looking at it and saying, well, this is why I'm losing weight. They're saying, well, obviously it's what they're doing for me that's causing me to lose weight. The supplements are just shit. You don't need them anyway. But a lot of the meal plans that they give people, they usually hover around the 1,000 calorie mark daily. So if you're eating 1,000 calories a day, you don't really need anything else in there aside from, being malnourished. But the main reason why I sort of wanted to bring this up was a couple of weeks ago, they closed about 40 stores across the country. And I think they filed for bankruptcy as well. And I'm not one to sort of cheer on people that have lost their jobs, but in this case, I'm cheering on people that have lost their jobs. Because when you're working for a company like this that says, we can help you lose weight, all you need to do is to pay us thousands of dollars and we'll give you some, bullshit and say, well, cut down to 1,000 calories a day, but it's really these supplements that we create that help you lose weight. I don't feel bad for you at all. I may have shown you an episode of the show before. There's a show that we have called Marketplace, which is essentially sort of like a consumer version of a news program. A little difficult to describe. And a few years ago, they did a story on them, and just sort of showing what the salespeople will do. And they know that it doesn't work. They know that they're peddling bullshit. They know that they're fleecing these people for thousands of dollars. But people gladly pay it. Now, the problem is, of course, when you're prepaying, $2,000 or $3,000 for a year's worth of these supplies, you expect that there's going to be some result. But they close all their stores pretty much across Eastern Canada. There's like 41 stores that they closed. So now all these people are out of their money because they've also filed for bankruptcy, so they don't have to pay it back. So there are people that have just shelled out $2,000 or $3,000 to this company. And now they're out of money. They don't have any of the supplies that they think that they need to do this. Now, I'm not sort of undermining what the people are doing. It's the fact that, obviously they're willing to pay a tremendous amount of money to say, this is what I need to do to lose weight. Fine, whatever works, but it's not the supplements that are doing it. It's the fact that you're cutting your calorie count down to 1,000 calories a day, which is a ridiculously low amount of calories. You're following a meal plan. You have people sort of mapping things out for you. And if it was just that, I don't think I would be as pissed off. But it's the fact that there's this, alchemy aspect of it, which is essentially what it is. And when people go in, and they did this on the show of Marketplace, they go in and they're salespeople that are pitching this to you. These aren't doctors. These aren't dietitians. Some of them can call themselves nutritionists, but we've discussed this before, so can I. So can you. You can actually say, I'm a nutritionist. It's not a legally protected term, so you can say whatever you want. But these are salespeople that go in and really just push for the hard sell and say, oh, this is definitely going to work. Don't you worry. This is what you need to lose weight. And you don't. You just fucking don't. These places like this have done nothing for people. Like, I understand the motivation behind it when you're going in and saying, okay, I'm going to shell out a whole shit ton of money. I'm going to put down $2,000 or $3,000 and, I need to follow this program and I'm going to lose weight. And yes, you will. But you will do the exact same thing if you went into Weight Watchers or if you went into a gym or if you went into your doctor and said, I need to go somewhere where they will map out a meal plan that I will follow straight through. I think the reason why it's so effective with people is that they're shelling out a tremendous amount of money, so they're more liable to stick with it. But, and again, I'm sure there are a ton of people in there that have lost their jobs, and yes, that's bad, but when you're working for a company like this that is just despicable like this, I really have a hard time feeling sorry for you. So for all of you out there that have lost your jobs through herbal magic, good. You fucking deserve it. Go find a real job, somewhere where you aren't preying on people and pushing all this bullshit on them. And thankfully, the company is, at least in Eastern Canada, is now bankrupt, so good enough. They have like little things up on their website and everything else saying, oh, well, we're still going to continue our services in the open source, which are being bought out by another company. But I think it just sort of got to a point where people realize this is bullshit. I'm buying pills from a company that do nothing, aside from basically their multivitamins, and I'm cutting my calorie count way down. Why am I paying them $300 and $400 a month to do this when I can do this myself? And I think that's probably the crux of the matter there. Anyway, it's one of those things that you just... I understand that we get to a point where we're desperate, we will try anything. But when you have people that will prey on that and say, good enough, you know what? Give me $5,000. And well, I'm going to say $3,000 because I know it's a number that sticks in my head. So I'm not going to try not to exaggerate. So if someone says, give me $3,000 and in a year I'll have you down to the weight that you want to be. But in order for this to work, you have to exercise, you have to eat 1,000 calories a day, you have to weigh in every week, you have to have someone watching you every step of the way. Well, fine. That would happen anyway. It's all this added stuff that they're making you buy on top of it. If it was simply a service where they said, come in and we'll do this, we'll make sure that we're tracking things, basically what we've been doing for the past 5 months, but you had someone that you could go in and say, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to do it step by step, and every single week you're going to come in, we're going to show you what you eat for the week. If there was a service that was provided along with that, and if it was just that, it would be okay. It's the extra magic pill bullshit that, and they don't call it magic pills, obviously, but it's all that extra stuff in there that you just simply don't need, because they say, well, this one will help you boost this, and this will boost that. You don't need it. You don't need any of it. And if you're, aside from lacking a tremendous amount of vitamins and minerals and everything else, if you're cutting your calories down to 1,000 a day, you will be malnourished. So if it was something like that, then if they flat out said, no, if you're going to be cutting your calories as much, you need to make up those somewhere. It's all the smoke and mirrors that go along with it that just piss me off so much. So I'm glad that they are closing their doors, and for all those people that are out of a job, fuck you. I don't care. You deserve it. Go find somewhere that you can work. I don't care that you are, out of all your money going, oh, all my sales and everything else. You've been preying on people for a very, very long time. So go find a proper job somewhere that you can peddle your shit somewhere else. And I understand, yes, there's a part of me as well that's going, everyone needs a job. And if that's all that they have, then yes, they have to do something that way. But there does come a point when you're looking at it and saying, yes, everyone needs to have a job. You need to pay your bills and everything else. But Jesus, make better fucking choices. Really. Anyway, I'm not going to keep going on and on and on. I'll put up a link. You can read up a little bit about the company. I'm not going to put their Facebook up or anything like that. Their Facebook page, I should say. Their Facebook on the YouTubes. Because I'm not promoting it whatsoever. It's just one of those things that I don't know why it feels like a little bit of a, yay, good. Some good came out of this. At least you're closing. Because it's so horrible. I'm also going to put up the link for the episode of Marketplace. You can go up and take a look. I know it's not Friday. It's only about 20 minutes long. But they actually took one of their people from the show and brought them into one of the stores and just sort of recorded everything that was going on and saying, well, how much is this going to cost? And then they had to dig a little deeper, and they went, oh, well, there's extra cost to it. It's like a monthly thing, and then they get you to prepay. Now, those are the people that I really feel bad for. Because although I don't agree with taking that route to go, because this is something that, you should be able to sort of clue in and go, the pill thing doesn't make sense. I'm cutting my calories. I'm doing exercise. What do I need the pills for? Why am I paying for it? But I understand when you get to that desperation point where you're willing to try anything. So those are the people that I sort of feel bad for, because some of them have shelled out $2,000 and $3,000 and $4,000 ahead of time for a year of this, I'll call it service, and you use the term service quite wrongly. They've paid all this money up front to say, okay, this is what I'm going to do for the next year. And now they've got nothing. They aren't going to get their money back. They're going to have to fight tooth and nail to get it back. And even if they do, the amount of time and the stress and the amount of money they're going to be paying just to get the money back is going to be insane. I do feel bad for those people. So if any of you are out there that have previously gone to Herbal Magic and you're fucked out of your money, you have my sympathies. And for those of you that are out there that are saying, well, I went and it was successful, it may have worked. It's not the supplements that did it. It's not because they were great. It's because you cut your calories down, you were exercising, you were following a meal plan. All the extra bullshit is just, you didn't need it. But bravo for you if it's worked. We're all going to try something different. We're all going to try 10,000 different things before we settle on something that works for us. And yes, obviously, if you're following that, then it is going to work. It's the underhandedness and the shady, sketchy bullshit that goes along with it that really gets me with companies like that. Anyway, not that I'm going to start going, oh, corporate America. Well, it's a Canadian store, actually. So corporate Canada. It's not. It's just, let's be realistic. It's bullshit. They knew it was bullshit when they opened the store. They knew it was bullshit when they were, peddling all their stuff and selling just horrible shit to people because they knew that they could. So, yeah, kind of glad that they're closed. Anyway, I'm going to put a link down below to the news story regarding it. It is a bit old. I'm sorry. It's about 2 weeks old at this point. And I'll put a link down so that you can watch the episode of Marketplace as well, which is a few years old, actually. So, this isn't something that's new that they found out, oh, my God, they're a fraud, and so now we have to close. People have known for a long, long time. It's sort of like the homeopathy and, all the other bullshit that sort of goes along with it, it's, oh, no, this will actually work. And every scrap of science goes, no, it doesn't. But people still believe it because they need to believe in something that's going to work. But anyway, I'll put up a whole bunch of stuff in the description so you can take a look. This isn't really normally what I would sort of grab as, oh, well, this is something that's interesting and newsworthy and things like that. But where we sort of discussed on Monday, which I don't think I really expressed myself properly on Monday, when you're looking at all these different things where people say, oh, you need to have a macrobiotic diet or you need to have whole natural organic foods, it sort of goes along with that there seems to be this misnomer that, oh, well, if it's natural and organic, then it's so much better for it's a carrot's a carrot. If you want to say, I want to do this because I want to support local business, fine, then do that. If you want to say, well, I don't want them to spray it with pesticides, fine, then just say that. But don't say, well, it's so much healthier for you because it's not filled with this and this and this. It's a carrot is a carrot, really. And yes, there are going to be different methods of preparing it, but you don't have to go all weird and hippie to get what you need out of it. Anyway, it sort of evolved into a, buy fresher stuff. And it wasn't really, that wasn't my intention. It's basically, if you're at the grocery store, if you have a bakery at the grocery store, and if the bread is roughly the same price, buy it from them instead of the, mass-produced stuff. Because chances are it's going to have less preservatives and less sodium, less sugar, stuff like that. It's just overall, and maybe you'll look at it and go, no, they're about the same. Well, then buy whatever is easiest. It's not one of those things to say, oh, well, you need to do macrobiotic organic hummus. It's just be practical and, sort of stepping away from all the boxed foods and trying, I guess, whole foods might be a better term for it, where instead of buying the processed meat stuff, you're buying like raw meat and preparing it yourself, or fish or chicken or whatever it is that you eat. Stuff like that. It's just that you get a little bit more out of it. And anyway, I'm not going to repeat that because that was Monday. But this sort of fell in line with that, because when I look at stuff like this, I see it the same way as people saying, well, you need to eat this and this and this, and it will sweat out the toxins, which your body doesn't work that way. It's just that people go in and they don't understand how things are working, and they're looking at it saying, well, this makes sense. I'll definitely lose. And yes, you will. You're cutting your calorie count down to less than half of what you should be eating in the run of a day. You've got an exercise plan going. Yes, of course you're going to lose weight. So you don't need all the extra bullshit. That's part of the reason why I started this as well, is that there are some that you can go to, and like if you're going to a gym, you're using their equipment, they're going to say, here's what you need to do to exercise. That's a service. I don't mind paying for that. That's legitimate. If you went into a gym and they said, okay, well, you're going to do this, 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 here's what you pay for. And on top of that, if you pay an extra $1,000, then we'll, every month we'll hover an egg over your head so that we can pull out the evil spirits. Then you're like, no, what? No. Having a legitimate service is fine, but just it's all the extra bullshit peddling stuff that for some reason people seem to latch onto because they think, no, this is guaranteed to work. That's what bothers me. So I'm not saying don't join. I am saying it, I guess, because I can't speak. I'm not saying don't join a gym or anything. If you can afford it, then bravo, go. Get whatever help that you need. It's going to make you feel better. It's going to make you look better. Overall, you're going to get healthier. So that much is fine. Don't go somewhere where they say, well, we do hand hovering and smoke and soft music and everything else. If you're saying you're going to do that to relax, fine. But don't say it's going to make you healthier, because it's going to do fuck all. Anyway. I'm getting off topic here, but mainly that's what I'm looking for. This is the reason why I sort of started this as well, is that this is something that isn't going to cost us anything aside from your internet connection, which you already have, so you can go up to the website and do all sorts of stuff with MyFitnessPal. It doesn't cost anything, and it's something practical that everyone can do. Because although it's fine if you want to go and pay for Weight Watchers or a gym membership or whatever it is that you want to do, it's, or Overeaters and all. Actually, that one's free. It's just a little too... Anyway, if you're paying for something and it's working for you, then fine. But just make sure that it's realistic, that you're looking at it and going, this is the reason why I'm doing it. I'm not doing it because they say that if I take 5 pills a day and then change up to 7 pills on Tuesday, then I'll be magic. Having a service that's actually going to help is fine. I don't have a problem with that. It's when you have people that are selling bullshit. And just because they know people will buy it because they're so desperate for it. But I keep sort of getting off track. That's why this costs nothing, and it never will. There's never going to come a point where you're going to say, okay, well, guess what? It's day 223, and you need to now go buy my book. Because I don't have one. Anyway, this is always going to be free because it's something that we can all do. It's very common sense stuff. And in the long run, all we're doing is buying less food and then going outside and doing something. So it's cheap. Yay. Anyway, I'm going to leave this here because I've been going for, again, quite a while. Getting close to 20 minutes. So we're going to cut this off here. But anyway, go up, take a look at it. It's very interesting. It's, as I say, the show is only about 25 minutes long. And I'll put a link in the description as well, just so that you can go up and take a look at the news story. And I know it's mean to sort of be happy that people have lost their jobs, and it's not that I feel happy that their families now have nothing to go on. Well, a little bit. I have to admit, a little bit happy that these people that have been preying on the desperate and, the people that are just at a breaking point, and they've been living off them for so long, now you have to go and find a shit job somewhere. So, yay, fuck you. Anyway, for the rest of you, thank you very much for watching this video. If you liked it, please poke the like button for me. And in the meantime, keep yourself warm and fuzzy, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.